Okay, this is Heavy Bolter Joe. We're going to be bringing you another 6th edition Warhammer 40K battle report. We're here at the War Store in Riverhead on Long Island, New York. And we're getting a little rematch. Last time we played each other, I had the Space Marines and I'm going to use the Imperial Guard. This is Steve.
Hi, we're playing ELDAR again.
And we've got great terrain again. It's a great place to play. If you get a chance to come down to Long Island, get a chance to get out to Riverhead, you got a lot of local shops to get some shopping in, or a lot of places good food to eat out here, barbecue place.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So we're going to give it a go, and we're going to introduce the armies.
Great.
Okay, this is the Imperial Guard Army. It's going to be 2,000 points. We'll start with the HQ. I got a company commander, and he's in a squad of 5 guys. We have 3 melter guns and 2 plasma guns. And I also put a psyker in there, the Primaris psyker. So we'll see how he does today. They have a Chimera. That's their command tank. It's got the hull heavy bolter. Onto my troops. I got 4 veteran squads. They're all 10 men. They're all in Chimeras. Chimeras all have hull heavy flamers. I have 2 squads with plasma guns. These 2 with plasma. And then 2 squads with melta. For heavy support, I have 2 squadrons of Lehman Russ tanks. They're, as you see, hull, sponson heavy bolters, hull heavy bolter. And they are in squadrons of 2. And I have the Manticore for my ordnance. And then fast attack, I have 2 separate Vendettas. They have the 3 twin-link las cannons each. And it's a pretty straightforward mech list. So we got a city fight over here, so we're trying to be able to navigate through the city with all our vehicles. Alright, let's go take a look at the ELDAR army. Okay, this is Steven's ELDAR army at 2,000 points. He's going to introduce his list. Start with HQ.
Okay, so over here we've got our Farseer, who's a warlord. Both of my Farseers wound up with the same psychic powers, Presence Guide and Executioner. There's my second Farseer. Moving on to our, let's go with our fast attack here since we're right here. Our Warp Spiders again, who were certainly the MVP of the last game. I'm going to see how they can do against the Guard with their tons of shots, see if they can survive all these Lehman Russ tanks. Got my Striking Scorpions, who are going to try to be sneaky and coming from the side and tear some stuff up. And we've got our squad of Guardians with their Bright Lance. They've got some good juicy targets for that. And a second squad exactly the same. And we've got 2 squads of Dire Avengers. Nothing upgraded to them, just 2 squads of Dire Avengers, and they're going to be riding in their Wave Serpents, equipped with twin-link scatter lasers and shuriken cannons again. Gonna try to do lots of glancing.
Hers is a ranged arm.
And we've got our pair of Wraith Lords, who have their correct guns in this game, if you watch the last report. They're going to try to stomp up the board and see if they can take out some of these tanks before they just slaughter me. And then my Wall Walkers, who are going to go running around causing all kinds of havoc, as they do, if they don't die. And, oh yeah, and then we've got my Warlock on jet bike, all by himself. I've already forgotten what power I rolled for him because I didn't think it was particularly useful. Oh, it's the one that prevents people from running and lets him run a little faster, which I don't think he can use because he's on a jet bike. But we'll see what his Witchblade can do if he can get up close to somebody.
And there's another new squad here.
Oh yeah, and another squad of Rangers. Yeah, 2,000 points adds quite a bit. 5 Rangers and their sniper rifles. See if we can take out some squad leaders or some heavy weapon teams, although there are no heavy weapon teams for me to take out, so not going to have to worry about that.
Alright, so again, a very aesthetically pleasing army to the eye, nicely painted,
Well, thank you.
nicely based, and looking forward to the battle. All right. Okay, this is the battlefield. We have the Emperor's Will. So we each got to deploy an objective in our deployment zone. This will be the Imperial Guard's objective on this half of the table. And pretty much close by and essentially located the ELDAR objective. We got the Hammer and Anvil deployment, which is along the short table edges. And again, we're fighting on this real nice city terrain painted up by the War Store. I think Don Dwyer was a supplier for this. Okay, we got deployment for the Imperial Guard. We rolled off, so I got to choose. So I'm going to try to get the first shots in here. I got my 2 multi-gun veterans with the company commander right on the edge of the deployment zone. 2 plasma guns in Chimeras. Got the 1 squadron of the tanks over here. The other squadron of tanks over here. And then I got my Manticore trying to hide behind these buildings here. So here's the view down here.
So I was trying to like tag you in it.
And my reserves will be my 2 Vendettas. Right, so we got this guy by himself. This is the Warlock.
Oh, no, I forgot to place him. Sorry.
So
He's just gonna
Steve's
die.
got everything set up here. We got the spiders, warp spiders, and we got the Wraith Lords, some guardians in the ruin over here.
Where is
The Wave Serpents,
What's the range on the battle?
72. They got the whole tail. Okay, so we have the infiltrating units. The Rangers are going to be behind this building here, right by the objective. And the Scorpions have infiltrated into forward position in this ruin. Alright, so now let's see if you can seize the initiative.
He does not.
Okay, so the Imperial Guard will get first turn. Alright, the first, this is the shooting round. It was very effective for the Guard. Stephen had some really bad dice rolls for cover. So we had the Ordnance Barrage, which landed, we got 3 hits with the, 3 actual pie plates with the Ordnance for the Manticore, and did take out the gun, and then 1 guy next to the gun. And then some other random shooting with las gun fire and what was it? Some heavy
Multi-lasers.
Multi-lasers whittled the squad down. So they've been neutered, at least with the fact that the Bright Lance is gone, and a couple other guys. The Warp Spiders suffered the most damage. The 2 battle cannons were able to fire down the length of the street, and they did have cover, but again, Steve was rolling a lot of 1s and 2s with his cover, and we had 2 direct hits with the pie plates, so we got maximum coverage. And the Warp Spiders were dead. The remaining Warp Spiders were picked off by random multi-laser fire from some of these Chimeras. And the Warlock was also picked off by multi-laser fire. We were able to kill 1 of the Rangers with some las guns that popped up by the back of the Chimera over here. And the ordnance from those barrages got some good effective hits on the striking squad. We were like 3 or 4?
3 of them. Yeah.
3 guys died from the ordnance from that. And looks like we're going to go on to the bottom of the turn. So we're going to see the Eldar's response with their firepower. So good round for the Imperial Guard with the firepower. First turn is always good for these guys. So let's see if we can continue. And there was no night fight. We did roll. All right, bottom of 2. All right, so Eldar shooting. We had the Rangers. They moved up into the building, so they're using their moves to get up top. The Guardians here, they fell back. They were able to run to get behind cover. The Scorpions Also moved. They were broken from the morale check from the phase, but they rallied on their turn, and they were able to consolidate here behind this. The 3 Bright Lancers that fired did not do so good. They all hit, but we had what do you have? A 2 result for this one, another 2 result firing down on the Lehman Russ tanks. This one actually got the glance, but because it was firing through the ruin, we got the 5+ cover save, so we were able to ignore that shot. These scatter lasers, this one scored many hits with the scatter laser and shuriken cannon, but didn't get any glances. This one did get 2, right?
Yeah.
So this one was able to get 2 glances, so that Chimera has 2 whole points of damage on it. And that's the bottom of turn 1. So we had the Eldar shooting. Nothing killed, but there was some damage done to a Chimera. Okay, on to Imperial Guard turn 2.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, we got Imperial Guard shooting for the top of turn 2. The Manticore fired its ordnance on Guardians all the way across. Fired on those Guardians and was able to do some damage. We had 2 of the pie plates, killed a few Guardians, and the Bright Lance cannon. The Vendettas, both Vendettas, were able to target the 1 Wraith Lord and killed the 1 Wraith Lord between the 2 of them. 2 wounds and then 1 wound. This Chimera moved up and popped smoke. The one that was damaged was the 2 hull points. The Lehman Russ tanks, what did they fire? They fired on the Guardians also,
Yes.
right? And clipped some of the Scorpions. So they were able to kill a couple of the Scorpions, a couple of the Guardians. We got a pin, so we got a pin on them. Well, that was a pin from the Manticore. So they're pinned, and then some random multi-laser shots. We were able to take out a couple more Guardians and Scorpions as we were shooting through this way. And that's it, right, for shooting? Alright, so we got the Eldar at the bottom of turn 2. They're going to roll for their reserves. They got War Walkers in reserve. And we'll see what happens in turn 2. Check out the Eldar response. Eldar turn 2 saw the War Walkers. They got to outflank and they came on from that table edge and they just shredded the rear armor of the Lehman Russ squadron. What did you get? About eight lances and pens altogether. Yeah. So just shredded the armor. Didn't get any penetration results. So we got 2 burning holes right there. And then they were able to use their battle focus to move back, protect themselves. We had this Wave Serpent opened up on its full firepower on this lead Chimera. Did not get any destroy results, but wrecked it with the glances and penetrations. These guys had to bail out. They passed their morale check, so they are not pinned. And the Scorpions are now no longer pinned, but they couldn't do anything. This guy, he did something. What did he do?
Penned the Lehman Russ, but you made yet another cover save.
He shot through here, but we got the cover. You can see the angle of the shot. And what happened was I've only rolled 4 dice so far for actual cover saves or saves for my obscurement rolls and everything, and I've made every single one of them on a 5 or better. So horrible dice for Steve. He can't roll over a 2, and I can't roll under a 5. So we're going to see how much longer the Eldar can hold if they can respond. They got their full army on the field now. And we're going to go to the top of turn 3. Well, at least you got all the guys in reserve out. So we'll see what we got for turn 3. Alright, we're at turn 3 shooting for the Guard. The ordnance from the Manticore landed on this Wave Serpent, killed 2 of the Guardians, but he made his skimmer jink rule, so he was able to ignore the shot from the Strength 10 ordnance weapon. We killed some more of the Scorpions. We were able to use the heavy flamer and plasma guns to kill 2, I believe, right?
Yep.
2 died. And this Chimera used its multi-laser and was able to do a whole point of damage here. And this vehicle moved up and popped its smoke. This one moved up, fired some multi-lasers at the Wave Serpent, but we were unable to do any damage with the Jinx. And this came up. Did this do any damage? Did this do a whole point?
That didn't get through 2
Didn't get
ones.
through the, it bounced off the armor. So its las cannons did hit, but we rolled 2 ones for armor penetration. The other Vendetta was able to take out the Wraith Lord at point blank range on a strafing run. And we couldn't get any angles on the War Walkers, so we moved up the Lehman Russ Squadron, and they did 1 whole point of damage when they used their ordnance on that rear Wave Serpent. So all I gotta do is just run these guys, and that'll be the end of the turn. Going on to ELDAR turn 3. Joe, you want to use a battle focus, so I'll take it another.
Oh yeah, thanks.
So the War Walkers popped up onto the wrecked Lehman Russ holes, and they fired into the rear, and they were able to get a penetrating hit. So it did a whole point, and it won't be able to shoot, only snap fire next turn. The Wave Serpents did some damage. They came over and they fired on both of these Chimeras. So this one fired on the right Chimera, this guy fired on the left. The right one was wrecked from multiple glancing and penetrating hits, but no explosion result. They were not pinned, so they had to bail. These guys had an explosion result, so their Chimera blew up and they are pinned, and they suffered some wounds. The Scorpions, there were 2 Scorpions that remained, and they tried to charge through the terrain. They had to move through cover, so they ignored dangerous terrain, but the Overwatch with the plasma gun did kill, but 2 of my guys overheated and burned themselves, so I lost 2 casualties from the Overwatch fire, but the Scorpions were also mowed down by las gun and plasma gun fire. And the Farseer tried to assault, right, but couldn't get the 11 inches that he needed. And the Rangers are still inside the building, right?
Yep.
They're in the building.
They're hiding in there.
And that's and these guys just moved up, or do they have to battle focus? Do they get a run move?
Oh, they do, but yeah, they're good.
All right, so those guys are good where they are. The Walkers battle focused and moved back behind the cover. So we're gonna go to turn 4 now.
Yes.
For the Imperial Guard. So we're about halfway through the game, and 2 more rounds to see what the results are going to be for these objectives. What is Okay, the Imperial Guard turn 4 was able to see this Chimera come in to the rear, and we were able to get an explosion result from the melty guns popping out of the command squad. These Guardians that came out were pinned from the explosion. We fired these melty guns, but the armor was too much, and the Jink rule got some saves. But the heavy flamer here was able to put the flamer template into the building and burned all the Rangers that were in the building, so they're gone, flushed out. And what else did we have over here? We had some shooting at the Farseer, right?
Yep.
Some las guns, and the plasma gunner killed himself by overheating, so all 3 plasma gunners have overheated and died. We did a couple wounds to the Farseer, and that's it, right? We took out one of the War Walkers from
And a weapon.
From the Lehman Russes. They got an explode result and destroyed a scatter laser off of one of them. So you got the Farseer that's wounded. He's there with his Guardians. This Farseer with a Guardian left, and then this Wave Serpent is still full of Guardians, right?
Yep.
And these
Or
Guardians
Dire Avengers.
are pinned. Dire Avengers, and these Dire Avengers are pinned. So we're going into the bottom of turn 4, Eldar's response. Let's see what we got. Alright, so Steve did his movement phase. This is a critical point in the game. We're at the bottom of turn 4. So all his troops have come out. All the Dire Avengers are out of the vehicles now. So he has these pinned guys that are guided, and they're going to target the Imperial Guard that are moving up on this objective. So this is his objective that he's trying to defend. Let's see how it works out. He's going to roll some dice.
Eating 6s. Got some.
Eat 6s because they're pinned, but he's got the guide, so we're going to get some rerolls.
And there's a couple more. Alright.
So how many altogether? 5?
5.
Alright, so 5 guys have been wounded.
Oh no, I still got a wound. That was just a hit.
5 hits.
It's strength 4, so I'm wounding on 3s. And no armor saves on 6s. So we got 2 armor saves and 1 cover save, I guess.
Okay, so we got the armor saves of a 5 or better. So 2 guys are going to die.
Oh, and then 1 cover, which I
one
guess
cover.
is all the same, isn't it?
So we got 1 cover save. So 2 guys are going to die from the squad. Okay, so the Wave Serpent is going to use its Serpent Shield on the same squad, right here. So he's going to get D6 plus 1 shots.
And that's the way this game has been going.
Saves and everything.
Alright, so that gets 2 shots. Well, let me do the scatter laser first. Twin link scatter laser. Those all hit. Shuriken cannon. Those all hit. And then the 2 from the Serpent Shield. Those hit.
These are all strength 6.
All strength 6 or strength 7.
So
all the
twos-
strength 7. It doesn't matter. They're all 1 wound. So 2s across the board. You get them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wounds.
Okay, so we got
cover
9.
or armor.
9 cover saves with the 5 plus for these guys on this ruin. So
Wow,
we're losing 1, 2, 3. We're losing 4 guys from the shooting. So 4 will die.
2 up.
Okay, so this is the executioner.
Yes.
So
So
you
you got-
cast the executioner on this squad. And what do you got?
Got 2 wounds so far, but you get your armor saves.
Regular?
Yep.
Okay, so 2 wounds from the executioner. And we fail both.
Okay.
So 2 will die.
So then you get 2 more wounds. Yep, 2 more wounds, but you get your armor saves.
So executioner, we keep bleeding like hemorrhage, right?
Yep.
So we fail 2 more.
2 more and 1 more, which also wounds.
We make that one. All right, so executioner killed 4. Any other shooting?
Yep, and then we got 3 shuriken catapults from the last guardians.
Okay, so the shuriken catapults will fire into the remainder of the squad. There's
Indeed.
only 3 guys left.
All right, and they have also been guided. Thank God. Helped a little bit. Okay. Wounding on 3s, no armors on 6s. Ooh, all right. So
2 6s.
2 6s and 2 wounds.
2 wounds. So let's see if we make these 2 saves for the remaining guy. No. So the whole squad was eliminated from the executioner and the shuriken catapults. So that squad is gone. All right, the Dire Avengers are now going to fire on the squad that was previously pinned in the wreckage over here. They're in 8-inch range, so they get full effect.
Looks pretty good so far. Which is good since they're not guided. 3 misses out of all
Good
that.
result.
All right. Again, wounding on 3s, no armors on 6s. And there's all the ones.
Okay, so that's essentially a review. So
All right, so we got 1 no armor, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 wounds.
So 8 and 1.
8 well, yeah, cover is the same, so
stop, you know. So again, that's
9 total. I guess it doesn't really matter.
All right, so here's the 8. And I didn't make any of them.
Oh my God,
And here's-
that's a change for you.
There it is. So all those rounds. So the
Wow.
whole squad. Well, 1 guy is going to be left. No, 1,
No,
2,
there's
3,
only 8
6.
left, right?
Yeah, there's only 8 guys. So that whole squad just got gunned down by the Dire Avengers. So the ELDAR are lashing out with their backs against the wall. So this squad is now eliminated. War walkers were able to maneuver and spread out a little bit over the top of that terrain. And so there was a lot of good damage. The ELDAR had a lot of shooting here where the Dire Avengers came out and took out a lot of the squad alongside with the help of the Wave Serpent. The other Dire Avenger squad completely wiped out this tactical squad, this veteran squad. And the Farseer, who retreated back there, was able to take out with the, what was it, Executioner and some
Yeah, and
good
some
shuriken
shuriken
catapult
catapults.
shooting. So 2 veteran squads wiped out completely this round, leaving this objective clear and this objective also still clear. So the fight is still on. We're going to go to the top of turn 5, which could be the last turn, so we'll see how it works out.
damage to you. But just because you have 68.
So we got the shooting phase for the Imperial Guard at the top of turn 5. Saw the Vendetta go into hover mode, pivot, and take out the War Walkers. And we had we issued orders here. None of the orders went through. These guys failed to bring it down, and these guys failed the first rank, second rank fire. But with the heavy flamer flaming the guys in the cover, we got all wounds. They were destroyed. The melta guns were able to take down the wave serpent with a destroyed result, and the remaining guys inside this vehicle, plus the heavy bolter and the multi-laser, was able to gun down the guardians. There was one remaining guardian, and he fled, so he's falling back. So the ELDAR at the top of turn 5 have the 2 Farseers remaining with the remnants of some guardian squads and a dire avenger that's going to attempt to rally. And we got the one objective here with the guard, and the other objective is completely wide open. So we're going to see how the ELDAR respond after both sides had devastating shooting this turn. So a lot of carnage. You can see battlefield has been cleared out in this central area. A lot of good fighting here. All right, on to bottom of 5. Okay, the ELDAR return fire, the reaction was pretty good. The what is it? The Exarch moved up. Farseer moved up here with the some of the Guardians. It was able to get a destroyed result out of the Vendetta when it went into its hover mode from the Witch. Was it a Witchblade?
The Witchblade.
The Witchblade got some good hits. Double dice, Armor Bane. And these guys fired over here and killed one of the veterans in this squad. So we have the Exarch here, Farseer here, with his Guardian, and this Farseer with those 3 Guardians. So we're going to go into turn 6. We rolled, and it's going to go to a 6th turn. So let's see how the Imperial Guard. Okay, the shooting phase at the top of turn 6. This troops moved up. These troops moved up and ran. We fired over there. We killed 1 Guardian. And
with 2 battle cannons.
Yeah, all of this fire. Well, this one, yeah, the one guy killed him. I haven't gotten that.
Oh, yeah,
we'll do the battle cannons. These battle cannons fired, got direct hits, 8 wounds, but only killed what? 1?
1.
Only killed 1 guy. So lots of saves from the Farseer, putting up the last stand here. And then this Farseer also put up a tremendous last stand. All the melta guns, what was it? 3 melta gun hits and 2 plasma hits. So that was 5 wounds that would have insta-killed. Any of them make it through, he's insta-killed. He makes all 5 saves in the cover. So we expect nothing more from a beautifully painted HQ than that and that. So that's why it pays to paint your army to this level of painting.
Is that correct?
Because it saved him with good karma. And all the dice rolls are coming back Steven's way from all the 1s and 2s he rolled in the first 4 rounds. So for 4 rounds of ineptness and dice rolling has finally seen some payoff here. But we are going into the bottom of turn 6 and we'll see if the ELDAR can cover the distance, getting to that objective to possibly control it and possibly, well, he's not a troop, right?
No, but he can contest.
So a possible contest right here. So this is a big round here for them. Let's see what happens in the bottom of the turn 6.
He's actually got
Okay, the bottom of turn 7, saw these guys run up here into the cover, so they were close to the objective. And this one
Guardian around the corner here.
I mean, I'm sure there's some.
We had 1 Guardian in there going for that objective over there.
And then in here, this Farseer got to the crater. He did roll his distance to charge, but a plasma gun and a, well, the plasma gun is what got him. We did get 1 plasma gun hit, and he failed his cover save, so he was gunned down in Overwatch. Or else he would have been able to charge in here and possibly kill this squad and contest the 1 objective. So the game ended, we rolled, and after turn 6, so let's tally up the points. Okay, so the game ends, and we totaled the points. The Imperial Guard had First Blood, and we got the two Warlords here represented. So we got First Blood for the Imperial Guard. We got Linebreaker with our company command Chimera in the ELDAR's deployment zone, and we secured one objective for a total of 5 points. And we eliminated the War Walkers, so they were not in Linebreaker. So the total of the points will be 5-0 in Emperor's Will. And here's a look at the battlefield.
These are the kind of fucking guys.
At the end, it was close. It got down to a one charge and an Overwatch being able to shoot. But I guess it was the First Blood and the Linebreaker that would have got it
I
anyway.
would really just have to make Star Wars more ridiculous. Yeah.
All right, well, great game.
Yes, indeed.
All right.
As usual.
And